go. Ho! Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm your host, Gabos, and we back with another video. Seems like Cowboy Nation, you guys got a head coach. Probably not the one you was looking for, but hey, apparently Jerry Jones have made the decision to keep Mike McCarthy. I want to hear what you guys think about this decision. I personally don't think he should be fired, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I think there was a stat that came out that Mike McCarthy has the second most wins behind Andy Reid. Only difference is Andy Reid has won a Super Bowl and, you know, has had playoff success, unlike you Dallas Cowboys. That's the only thing that separates them two, right? It can't be, they're not that too far apart from one another. So I can imagine firing the second highest winning head coach in the league right now. Because who do you replace him with? Bill Belichick? I know some of you guys are asking for Bill, but there's no way those two egos would have existed in one building. Not in one rooftop. Not Jerry and Bill. Yeah. But apparently, Jerry's made a decision, so we're going to get right into it. Cowboys made the wrong decision.
That I've had because of him. This team has had the success that they've had because of him. That's the standard of the league and damn sure the standard of this place. So,
God damn, this is pixelated.
But add me to the list in that case.
Hello. 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 Hello.
I don't even know how to introduce this video without getting incredibly emotional. And I guess for some of you guys, that's a good thing, because when we on national TV and lost in the wild card round, a lot of you guys were requesting for my raw, unfiltered, emotional response to the Cowboys embarrassing themselves. And well, I guess in this video you guys are gonna get that. Before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our
microphone.
Channel grow. This is our second upload of the day. Now that we get all of that out of the way, work. We made $1,100 off of a $20 entry on Prize Picks, and it wasn't just
he be sliding these joints in all the time, bro.
My Instagram story, everybody. It seems just like yesterday that Dak Prescott won the NFC East and gave this beautiful speech about how he wanted more, and that's why he wasn't gonna wear the NFC East Champions hat.
Where's the hat?
I want something bigger than that. So yeah, but we're damn sure not done.
And at the time, I bought into the hype. How could you not buy into the hype? I mean, it's the Dallas Cowboys cycle after all. And we were at the point where after we beat up on mediocre teams, we could sit back and say, this year's our year. Let's forget the fact that we've struggled against teams with a winning record. Let's forget the fact that this team was inconsistent as ever, because going into the playoffs, we were a number 2 seed. All we had to do was beat Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, and we would have home field advantage for the rest of the way. Even furthermore, the pressure was really on. Before the game, Josina Anderson even stated that the outcome of the Eagles and Cowboys playoff games this week in the NFC East may have a lot riding on them. I'm told Philadelphia at this time is already considering some staff changes after the season, particularly on the defensive side, per league source. As for Dallas and whether a major change could still happen there, especially if the Cowboys suffered an early exit, a league source with knowledge told me today that anything can still happen. And that was said with all due respect given to Mike McCarthy. And there are multiple reports about this. The Dallas Cowboys historically have had 2 trends. 1, Jerry Jones likes making big, splashy decisions. And 2, Jerry Jones really loves his yes men. Now, how do I feel about McCarthy as a head coach?
Not calling me no yes man.
He got Dak Prescott playing at an MVP level this past year, and I am not going to deny that fact. During the regular season, Dak Prescott was without a doubt a top 5 quarterback in the NFL this season.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. 36 touchdowns, 9 picks. I'm not even a Cowboy fan, but there was a point in the season where I felt like Dak was playing like a game manager. Like it was really safe. He wasn't really taking a lot of chances with the football. And I was just like, all right, it looks like Dallas's defense is going to carry him this year. But it was around the midpoint of the season when the schedule kind of got a little soft. Dak got hot and he had things going. I think he was on a 21 touchdown, a 2 pick run. I was just like, hold on. We got Dak Prescott in a MVP conversation along with Lamar and Brock Purdy and them. I'm like, okay, we're on to something here. And what you saw throughout the season was he was being consistent. It wasn't honestly until he ran into Buffalo. Honestly, it was the game against Buffalo that kind of brought everything back down to earth a little bit, where it was just like, all right, bro, you guys are still the Cowboys at the end of the day. Like, you can't go from winning like 5 in a row and then your one first loss against actual competition is a 30-point ass whooping where it wasn't even close. We saw that again against the Packers.
Dak Prescott in the regular season. The problem is how this Dallas Cowboys team performs once they get into the playoffs, which, with all due respect, has an embarrassing point. I mean, when Jair Alexander gets to say this about you after knocking you out in the wild card.
There's a few quarterbacks who've thrown me multiple picks in my career, and Dak is now one of them. So he's among my top QBs.
And obviously, there's a problem. And whenever you get knocked out in the wild card, despite being the
my career,
on the wild card,
there's a few quarterbacks who've thrown me multiple picks in my career, and Dak is now one of them. So he's among my top QBs.
And obviously, there's a problem.
Oh, shit. Oh, my goodness. You know what? What do I think? Jair Alexander's, he got that dog in him. Let's keep it a bean. He's one of those cornerbacks that people don't talk about, but when you put a mic in front of him, this dude just knows what to say. He's one of them guys that walks with that swag because he slept on. I felt like his pick against Brandon Cooks was that Richard Sherman moment where it's just like, how you gonna try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree? Dak Prescott, you should have known better, bro. You going to what, 5'9" on a good day? Brandon Cooks being claimed by Packers' best cornerback, all-pro cornerback. Like, you gonna try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree? Those are the results you're gonna get. And then after the game to say Dak's my favorite quarterback. Because he's thrown me multiple picks. Yo.
You get knocked out in the wild card, despite being the number 2 seed, the first number 7 seed to ever knock out a number 2 seed in NFL history, then there's
that's
no
crazy.
Someone needs to take the fall.
You guys are on the wrong end of history with that one.
Mike McCarthy should be fired. Dak boldly said this.
Yeah, he's been amazing. I don't know how there can be, but I understand the business.
I reacted to this
in
too.
In that case, it should be about me as well, honestly. I mean, that guy, I've had the season that I've had because of him. This team's had the success that they've had because of him. And
yeah.
I understand it's about winning the Super Bowl, and that's the standard of the league and damn sure the standard of this place. So I get it, but add me to the list in that case.
Which I'm all for standing up for your coach, and I think it's an admirable thing to do. But at this point of time, saying this about Mike McCarthy made me want to do this to Dak Prescott.
In the beginning of the game, yeah, we got...
Was this the judge?
Subsequently, when you compare that to the way Jalen Hurts answered this question, the difference between Dak and Jalen is just hysterical.
Yo, memes have gotten better, bro.
Question the other day, and I don't know if you asked me something the other day about, and I said, what did I say?
So you didn't know? Yeah. Like you didn't know.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was a thing. So I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. You know, we plan on fixing everything that we've done and growing together. Coach Sirianni, Brian, everyone.
So far, we have 2 consistencies within the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones likes his yes men. Jerry Jones likes making big splashy moves. Jerry Jones also seemed very frustrated at the fact that the Cowboys
can't blame him.
bed so early in the playoffs. Each and every year, the Dallas Cowboys seem to embarrass themselves during their final game of the regular season. You guys remember 2 years ago that infamous QB draw in the most inappropriate situation? Or last year when Ezekiel Elliott snapped the ball as the lone offensive lineman for the Cowboys? That was his final snap as a Cowboy. And then this past year when they finally lost at home to the Green Bay Packers during the worst time you could lose at home for the first time to the number 7 seed in the wild card. But the thing I was saying throughout this entire time was this would be a small price to pay for salvation if it meant that we could get Bill Belichick, who was my top contender and my absolute favorite for a head coaching position position, the Cowboys. I thought it was the perfect fit. Jerry Jones gets to claim that he has the best coach in football coaching his team. Bill Belichick gets to coach probably the most talented team that has a brand new opening, and this also gives the Cowboys backup for when they lose Dan Quinn to the Seattle Seahawks, which are my favorite team to poach him so far. And that's not to mention that Dan Quinn has been taking interviews with multiple teams. Well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen because according to Adam Schefter, this just in, Dallas is not making a head coaching change, and the Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy is returning for the 2024 season per sources. And immediately I was just baffled at this news because he's heading into the final year of his contract, which is not unusual for this organization. Dallas allowed its former head coach Jason Garrett to coach into the last year of his deal as well. But the thing is, if you're having doubts about Mike McCarthy, this would be the time to move on from him. We have never seen head coaches available like this before. Again, Jim Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson, all available for hire. Now, Jerry Jones would actually release a statement giving his rationale as to why he's keeping Mike McCarthy, saying, "I believe this team is very close and capable of achieving our ultimate goals, and the best step forward for us will be with Mike McCarthy as our head coach. There's great benefit to continuing the team's progress under Mike's leadership as our head coach. Specifically, there are many layers of success that have occurred this season as a result of Mike's approach to leading the team, both with individual players and with our team collectively. Mike has the highest regular season winning percentage of any head coach in Cowboys history, and we will dedicate ourselves in partnership with him to translating into reaching our postseason goals. Certainly, Mike's career has demonstrated postseason success at a high level."
Who cares if the winning percentage is up there in coaching history for Cowboys if the chips don't match the same energy? You know what I mean? It's just like, I just hate this. Oh, God. At the end of the day, it's, can you win us a chip? I don't think the Dallas Cowboy fans care about wins necessarily. They expect wins. Wins come easy for y'all, bro. There's always a point in the schedule where the schedule softens up and you guys get to abuse the Commanders and you get to abuse the Giants like y'all been doing for the past couple of years now. And it's like, that y'all expect to win. But when you talk about the most wins amongst head coaches in history, it's like, well, does he have the rings to match it? I think that's what the fan base wants, is rings. Y'all want the ultimate bragging right. Oh, my God, bro. Could you imagine the Cowboys win a championship? Oh, man.
And
we won't hear the end of it.
Further, our loss on Sunday is shared by everyone here, not just Coach McCarthy, our players, our coaches, our...
But you have a chance to get billed.
Jerry Jones, there is accountability for our results. I am accountable for our results. The lens we use to view and evaluate Coach McCarthy is holistic. While we're all disappointed with the result on Sunday and with our playoff record, I am 100% supportive of him as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. We will start our process of review and decision making regarding everything that impacts our team and roster, and while we're not going to address specific players and extensions or free agents at this point, it deserves our deepest review and consideration, and it will get it. After reading that in Jerry Jones's voice, he definitely had a publicist write that up. I can't imagine him saying that in real life. And we're deciding to stick with Mike McCarthy. The reason this bothers me so much is I don't see a path to improvement this year. Last year I got excited about this season because we traded for Brandon Cooks and we traded for Stephon Gilmore.
Good moves, good moves.
Clear with the Cowboys offense last year. Dak didn't have anyone that he could really lean on outside of CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard. And Tony Pollard got injured during his final game of the season last year. So I understood what improvements needed to be made. But in this case, I really can't sit here and look at you in the face and tell you how next year is going to be the Dallas Cowboys year. I can't tell you how we're going to improve. We're going into an offseason where we're probably going to pay Dak Prescott $50 million a year annually. I don't see how this team is going to even get close to competing for the NFC Championship or the NFC Divisional Round or even winning the NFC East. Because
Dak is going to make $50 million.
Same exact team that shot the bed against the 7th seed in the NFC. And that's with love and respect to Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Does Mike McCarthy deserve to be fired? I wouldn't say it's as egregious as Brandon Staley this past year, but I would say his seat should definitely be significantly hotter because the Cowboys have had the most embarrassing exits over the past 3 seasons, and you have the opportunity to hire a head coach that is a master at situational football that would without a doubt win a Super Bowl with this roster, and there's no question in my mind. And you could call me a delusional Cowboy fan for believing in that, but in my
Nope,
head,
you not.
like Bill Belichick
I believe it too.
would have resulted in a Super Bowl. But hey, maybe I'm just a delusional.
I believe it too.
fan. Maybe I'm just overly emotional. Maybe I just
Nah, well, I got this. Oh, let me let the video finish.
Dopamine hit of getting that next head coach. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic.
Appreciate you, Mike. Listen, I would have went Bill too. Honestly, I would have looked at everybody in the office like, yo, what is there to talk about? Mike, you're out. Bill, you're in. Jerry, it is what it is. Do you want a championship or not? And it comes down to one of those, they say when a player is available, a transcendent player is available, a one-in-a-lifetime type of player is available, you exhaust every resource to get that player in the building. It's like LeBron James being a free agent in his prime. What are you talking about? We don't want him. You got Bill Belichick, the second most wins amongst coaches all time, a 7-time champion. Yes, even as a defensive coordinator for the Giants, he was on that roster and he won himself a ring. 6-time champion as a head coach, 8 Super Bowl appearances. Granted, listen, did he have Brady? Absolutely. Did he have one of the greatest quarterbacks? If not, no, what am I saying? Did he have the best quarterback of all time? You absolutely damn sure he did. Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan. Phil Jackson had Kobe. You know what I mean? We don't say that Phil Jackson don't deserve to be viewed as one of the GOAT head coaches just because he had star players. Bill would have definitely changed life in Dallas. Number one, he would earn the respect of the fans instantly. You know what I mean? Because the fans coming into the building already know the Cowboys are going to play disciplined football. So all those years of shooting yourselves in the foot, that's thrown out the window when Bill come in. Here we go. Cut it out. Bill is setting the tone immediately. I know Bill. Bill is going to scheme up and find ways to get rid of the opposing team's number one. That opposing team's number one that walks in that building gets the night off. Thank you for traveling. We'll accommodate you on your way out, but you're not doing nothing today. You just running laps. And we've seen that time and time again, bro. I definitely think if Bill Belichick was to go to the Dallas Cowboys, that's a guaranteed chip. Now, am I mad that you guys kept Mike McCarthy? Hey, listen, man, just because you can't get Tom Brady don't mean you're too bad with Drew Brees. You know what I mean? And that's what Mike McCarthy is. Like at the end of the day, he's a great head coach. You know, the wins say he is. So I think y'all just got to give him time, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all doing. But there's no way if I'm running that organization, I would sound Bill Belichick, bro. One in a lifetime. Every pride that I have is out the window, and I'm giving the keys to this man. A man that's done it repeatedly. So many times it's going out of style. But instead, you want to bring back the guy with 1 ring. But what do I know? I just react to shit. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me know in the comment section what you think of all these moves so far. And I'm going to holler at you guys next video. Here we go. Home.